All right, folks. Let me thank our sponsors, and we're going to go. Andalusia Marine, located in Andalusia, Alabama, your express, all-wheel stick steering, Polarcraft, Starcraft, veranda pontoon dealer. One Call Heating, Air, and Refrigeration, Mr. Stephen Dubb, air conditioning guy you can trust. RMC Mechanical Contractors, located in Chelsea, Alabama. Give us a call for all your industrial contracting needs. Styler Arms, located in Bessemer, Alabama. You can also pick these rifles up at Simmons Sporting Goods. That is a Steyr Scout in that picture. I've been hunting with a pro hunter for about 30 years, guy. One of the finest rifles made. Pick one up today, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Alpha Plumbing, Mr. D. Robinson. He's been with us since day one. Call him for any of your plumbing needs, a plumbing guy you can trust. CT Ward Power Sports, Camden, Alabama on Highway 28. Your Excel center console, side console, golf your pontoon, Hustler Lawnmower, and Mercury and Yamaha service dealer. Power Brakes. If you want to get your total boat control under control, get you a set of these. Give old Chad Clifton a call, www.mypowerbrakes.com. All right, folks. Welcome back to CrappieKast Live. I'm Shane Jones, and y'all know John and Jessica there, man. We're glad to be back. Jessica was handling some work business, so we're not too late, but we come on here. So sorry. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. Oh, Mr. Jim's on here from Pop's Jigs. I heard he had a little accident in his truck or something. He told me today, so he's kind of sore. So yeah, he was texting me today. Holden Higgs, Philip Dotson, David Fales, old Rob Brooks. Appreciate you, Keith Spencer. Shiloh Chappelle's on here. He's wanting John to stand up and do a twirl. So Mr. Ronnie McKenzie, Wade Cole, Scott Seals tuning in from YouTube, man. I appreciate him too. Yeah, I'm no kidding. He's talking about it feel like you need to be getting to bed already. That ain't no kidding, man. It's good for me, guys, because it gets dark early and I don't run around outside trying to do stuff. I have to make me come in here and rest. So, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. We got 69 people on here already, man. That's awesome. I figured tonight's going to be a big show because we're giving away a little old fishing rod here in a little while. So, John, tell them what they're going to have to do. It's not going to be at the first show, guys. We don't know when it's going to be, so you have to stay tuned in. Tell them what we're going to do there, bud.
I don't know. We kind of talked about we'll get middle ways of the show somewhere in there, and if you want to win the poll, we're not doing it right now. But if you want to win a poll tonight, we're going to do the third person to post www.fishoutlaw.com in the comments. You'll win the poll, but we're not doing it right now.
Don't do it right now, guys. John's gonna say, all right, now. So
whenever Jessica says we're gonna do it, that's when we'll do it. So
yeah.
Later on, she's the boss of everything. So
yeah, get it set up, guys. Go ahead and type it in your phone. Get it ready for your comments. www.fishoutlaw.com, and when Jessica says it, and the third person, I'll count down. You'll see it too, so there won't be any cheating in this. Outlaw's going to ship a poll straight to your doorstep, which is an awesome thing.
When you get done, once we announce that you have one, when we do announce that we're doing it, message Shane or I once we announce you are the winner. And I'm going to send the information to Mr. JR and Amos there at Outlaw Crappie Polls. And you'll be the winner, and they'll ship it to your doorstep. Awesome.
That's John. Guys, that is the same rod that John and Jessica fish with 99.9% of the time. If you go with John, you're going to see. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good rod, man. Me and John have abused them rods on trips. I'll be honest with y'all. And we boat flip some 230s and 240s, and hey, you just come on with them. They're tough poles, guys, and great dock shooting rod. Just a good rod. And hey, all you gotta do is be tuned in to win this thing, and that's an awesome thing, guys. Hopefully we get some. Go ahead, John.
So I was messing with. We got a group text with a Shiloh and a bunch of us.
Yes.
Tonight I'm doing the show in my boxers. Just joking. And
like Zoom meetings in your underwear.
Yeah, I had to run and get a hat right quick so they got to see that I was just kidding. Well, I thought about doing it because you never Anyway,
See you there.
I've got my cutoff khakis on like I always wear on my fishing trips.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch Shiloh and them. So I had to do him and old Chase.
Yeah, Shiloh was asking for me to do a twirl.
No, the new one.
The
latest comment.
That's awesome. I see it. John roasted me last night. Here, I'll put it on here. John roasted me last night. If you don't know, guys, Shiloh and Chase Petty done a live last night. I got to watch some of it, but I had to do some work stuff, and those two guys are hammers right now. They're up there, and they were sharing some stuff, and John was poking fun at him. Said because Shiloh don't shoot ducks, and he says
that's what he always says. I'll never shoot ducks.
That's funny. Tommy Keller, appreciate you tuning in. Byron Walker, Tim Pentecost is on here. He's been catching some fish. Him and Shiloh both tore them up at Weiss Lake today. I've seen that.
Tim caught a 265 this week.
Oh God, Tim.
Yeah, Tim caught a stud this week.
Shiloh had a sack full of slabs too. I seen them. They're guiding on Weiss Lake guys. Shiloh Chappelle Fishing, Tim Pentecost Fishing. I don't know how booked up they are. Hey, they're great friends of ours. They tune in, they support us, and we support them. So, hey, send them a message. Go fishing.
Yeah, good people.
Yes, they are. We don't associate with people that's bad. So you'll figure that out about us. If we find out they are, they ain't gonna be around long. So.
And they get to see me next weekend.
Yeah, we're going up for the Alabama Crappie.
Oh, that's right, Alabama Crappie Trail. That's right, John.
We might as well talk about that right quick.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about it, man. We got 92 people on here. You finna tell. Thank y'all a bunch.
The Alabama Crappie Trail. Mr. Keith Cole last year, he took the bull by the horns. It was the Alabama Crappie Masters, and created the Alabama Crappie Trail. Our first tournament of the year this year will be up on Lake Neely Henry, Gadsden, Alabama. We hope to have a real good turnout. Keith divided we have two divisions this year, Division 1 and 2. If you feel like you're that angler that wants to fish against some of the best in the state, that Division 1 it might be where you want to be. They have Division 2 for those people that want to get into crappie fishing, maybe artists, don't want to get to the level where they're fishing against somebody. I'm not saying to the level that, because we've done really bad before. I'm just saying
exactly.
Might be where you want to start out if you want to start out in doing it. But he has two divisions. It's for the tournament, Alabama Crappie Trail. If you want to enter, it's $150 for your entry fee and $25 for big fish in Division 1. In Division 2, it's $100 for 25 big fish, so you can get in either at $175 or $125, depending upon which division you want to get in. But you will also have to have your membership of $50 to be a part. And here's the deal: support Alabama Crappie Trail by being a member, even if you don't want to fish tournaments. Show up and show your support of these anglers and people like Shane and I, or other people that have helped you out. You can join Alabama Crappie Trail and support the trail as a member. You don't necessarily have to fish the tournaments. You can just be a member.
Exactly.
And some of those member benefits are sometimes discounts at places you go and things like that. So don't just not join the Alabama Crappie Trail because you're not fishing tournaments. Please join it and become a member. What Keith's trying to do is build it as a crappie fishing society, not necessarily a trail or a fishing tournament trail. He's trying to build it as an Alabama crappie fishing society. So think about that. If you if you want to look it up, it's Alabama Crappie Trail. He posts regularly, and you can find out a way to get in contact with him to join.
Keep on talking, John. I'm typing in the comments what they need to do to win the rod.
Oh, well, we're not saying do it right now.
No, don't do it, guys. I'm typing it in, guys. The third person to type in www.fishoutlaw.com, Facebook or YouTube, when Jessica says the third person. So,
And I say.
When she says, so you got to tune the show, guys. Byron Walker wants to know the price of the membership. It's $50 for the Alabama Crappie Trail, correct, John?
Yeah, to become a member of the Alabama Crappie Trail is $50 per membership, and there's benefits, like I said, in doing it. You're gonna be entered in some drawings throughout the year, and I think at the championship you'll be entered in some drawings. And I mean, it's a great organization, good people, and
those guys are already typing it in, guys. Not yet, guys. Don't type it in yet. When Jessica says, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what you got to type in, Ronnie and William White. Wait till she says, guys, and then when she says, all right, type it in, that's when you need to type it in. Because I want to be fair. It'll be the third guy. And you'll see it on here, but Ronnie, just wait till Jessica says, type in www.fishoutlaw.com. Not now, but when she says it. And we'll get better at this, guys. This is the first for all we've given away. So, hey, we're going to get a lot better at this. We're going to be giving away all kinds of stuff. So.
And if you don't join the thing, come to us for the weigh-in Saturday.
Yeah, come to the weigh-in Saturday.
There you go.
Southside Landing, I believe it is. Keith will be giving away, some prizes, I think, to the anglers that he's got donated. And you can pick up. All right, so here's what happens. So we all go practice, and then we come in to weigh in, and we're all talking about what happened during the week and how we practiced and what we did and what jigs we used and that sort of thing. You can pick up a lot of information just by showing up to weigh in and listening to the anglers talk about, what they did during the week and what they did during the tournament. So you can pick up a lot. I'm sure that I'm getting roasted by Shallow.
Guys, these comments are entertaining me. I can't hold my laughter because I love to laugh. So
Shallow's getting some get back because I got after him.
And Mr. Amos, yes, you can win it.
Yes, he sure can.
Well, I don't know why Amos would win it.
Yeah.
If Amos gets picked, we're going to the next one.
Yeah, excuse me. Hey, Zeke Reynolds is tuned in, man.
Amos is the one sending the rod out.
Yeah, exactly. Amos is the one sending the rod out. Exactly. Guys, let's see. I don't want to miss any comments. Got any pink ones? I don't know if they got a pink 5-footer or is just an 8 and 7-footer.
We have a pink one. D knows that.
We've got D1.
We got D a pole. We'll get her.
I got you.
Special.
Man, we appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. This thing's growing, and we have fun, guys. You'll know, John, we'll laugh, and John and Jessica and I will, before the show and after, we cut up big time. And it's hard to shut that switch off, man, because we have so much fun. And especially if Shiloh and Tim on here or Eric Cagle's on here, Lord, you fixed to. It's some fun stuff. But hey, while we're on here waiting, guys, hey, ask some questions. Feel free to do it, man.
Who knows on here?
He needs one by Tom Sawyer autograph.
Hey, text Mel Kuno.
That's funny. I'm making sure we didn't have any questions.
Hey, Kuno, get me a football signed by your head coach, and we might go shit.
Oh, Jessica Miller Buckmaster, the local real estate queen around here. She's tied in. She's tuned in. Excuse me. Appreciate you, Jessica. Her last name's Buckmaster. So if you can't remember Buckmaster when you go to buy a house and you're a male, something's wrong with you. We always still laugh about that. So
when you told me about her, I was like, man, she got the perfect name for like real estate.
Anything.
Yeah, everybody.
She's a pretty lady too, guys. So hey, if you got to buy a house, you might as well buy it from a pretty lady with her last name Buckmaster. I mean, my gracious, but let's see here. I'm trying to see some questions on here. Let's see. Never been to Chuck Beam says he's on YouTube. Appreciate you tuning in. He says, never been to Alabama River. Where should I put in? I don't know which part of the river you're talking about, Chuck.
Yeah, tell us what city you're gonna be close to, and we'll get you.
Yeah, we'll get you a good ramp.
Yep.
Let's see, man.
Yo, I need somebody to come down here in South Alabama and do the rain dance, because
yeah, man, we gonna get some up here, but John, you said you're not gonna get a lot down there, right?
I don't know. Now it's saying we might. I'm hoping that our guy that's coming tomorrow, he came from North Alabama. Most of the guys that were on the Alabama Crappie Trail last year donated a trip to the trail, for a fundraiser. And the guy that won the one with Jessica and I, he's He's come from North Alabama to fish in the morning, and he's staying here in town. And I told him, I said, Bud, I said, these fish that we got down here, they're not used to being able to see 5 to 6 feet. So
Yeah.
they've got like a selective appetite all of a sudden. So I said,
Yeah.
get a pile of fish. I said, and we're going to cover a pile of water, but we just got to find something we want to eat. I said, because I'm the type, if I take you fishing, I want to know that I've got the fish found, and you know we're gonna see them, and you're gonna have your shot at catching them. But it's like we gave our fish here some binoculars, and they got real picky because we haven't had any. We've had one little dose of rain in the past 2 months, and we've never seen the visibility here that we've got right now.
Since I've known John, he's like, I could, John would be talking to me, and he could show me the creek, river behind his house or whatever you want to say, and it's always got stain. I mean, big time stain to it.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, it's peanut butter colored. Yes, sir, it is. Let's get back to Chuck before I won't pass him. Chuck said he lives in Helena. I have no idea which part to fish. Look, Chuck, if you go to Miller's Ferry, Ellis Landing, Bridgeport Landing, all of them have cameras. That town of Camden and their council members that put cameras there, and you don't have to worry about anybody breaking anything. If you put into Prattville, you got Cooter's Pond and stuff. So you're feel free to message me, Chuck, and I'll put you on the right map. On the right ramp. Excuse me, bud. And my buddy Rob's tuned in. He's one of my good buddies. He's in Illinois hunting. Sorry, dog. I see you. Appreciate you tuning in, man.
Some of our friends' comments they're on.
Yeah. Yeah, Shiloh and Tim's just they're really ragging it out there. So let me see what other questions we got on here. Oh man, they're funny. Steve Tidmore, is it possible to do a multiple rod drift in a creek that has numerous stumps?
Absolutely.
Tell them, John. Tell them how you would. Steve, we're gonna say 7, 8, 12 foot of water. What would we do to do some drifting?
Well, I mean, if he knows the top of the stumps, how deep they are, just get upwind or downwind. Well, if you want to do a drift, he would start upwind and just drift over the stump. Say that he's in 8 foot of water, the stumps come on to 4. Set his poles where they're 4 foot. They'd be right above the stumps and just back drift over them. And I mean, gosh, like right now, our lakes right now make me want to push poles so bad.
Right.
We got a lot of stuff that's like right in a row, and I could take those poles and just ease up on that stuff and have them set just perfect, and I would just wait for the rod tips to just, it would be a lot of fun. But then I got to thinking about, oh my gosh, I would have to put all those poles out and do all. And
it's a lot of work, man.
I'd have to pull all those poles in and put all that crap up again. So I'm definitely not going to do it. But in my mind, I was like, damn, that would be fun. But
I'm giving you major snake out right now.
Why? Because why? It doesn't sound fun. Oh, it'd be fun. Gosh.
Jessica's not a fan of. Jessica's gotten really good at single pole live scope fishing. Really as good as anybody. So she's not feeling that. She's not feeling that trolling. But Steve, go ahead and finish this. Steve said it's 8 to 12 foot of water. I seen his other comments, so we were guessing pretty good.
Yeah, just see if the tops of those stumps. Just get the jigs where they'll go right above the top of them and just work through them. Then work back. If you're going downwind, you're gonna have to try to slow the boat down. That can be tough. I mean, I don't know what electronics he's using or what format he's using, but you want. I mean, basically, you just want to tickle the top of those stumps. But no, Jessica's making fun of me about wanting to push poles and this crap. But there is nothing like seeing like 3 poles go down over here and 2 go down over there, and you're like, oh, it's on when you just throw
till a catfish or stripe comes in there and just wrecks it.
Got a big shit show for a little while.
Exactly. I mean, that's the best. There ain't no other word to put it. That's exactly what it was.
You run through some white bass, and you're 30, 40 minutes later if we get everything back right.
We'll have to put Shiloh and Tim in timeout.
Yeah, they're getting down. Somebody asked me, I don't want to mispronounce her name or his name. Let me pronounce his name. Dewey Lane. Man, buddy, I ain't trying to be rude. I'm trying to pronounce your name. I'm just going to say your last name, buddy. Sliler. He's probably got a nickname. He wants to know your favorite jig, and I know what John's favorite jig is, buddy. So go ahead and tell him what your favorite jig is.
Shane Dewey is Dee Dee. That's Scott. Scott that went down to Seminole with us. That's his wife.
Oh, I ain't trying to be rude. I'm just saying. I can't pronounce that. How do you say her last name? That is if I had that in my phone, I wouldn't have another one.
Dulania Siler.
That's Scott's wife that went with us on the trip. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I ain't heard y'all say that name. I promise her I'll remember that.
It goes by Dee Dee or Boo.
There you go. She got to have a nickname. That's what I was saying. Thank you, ma'am. You know what kind of jig he likes if you know him, because I don't even ask him what color he's throwing. So
I've got about 6 of them tied on for in the morning.
There you
go. So we was talking about the guy coming from North Alabama come fishing was more.
Yes.
Bill House is coming. I got about 5 or 6 monkey milks tied on in various weights, and we're gonna start out like that. We might go to black and chartreuse or Cajun cricket, whatever they want to do.
That's right. Stephen Cheney, man, appreciate your question. With y'all talking about river fishing, what is y'all's opinion on a fast rise in water? Do you go deeper or shallower? That's a great question, Stephen. Thank you.
Well, so I might give away something about this next. Even talking about this because right now Neely Henry is they have drawn it down and they're bringing it back up. So think about it like this: when a river comes up and floods, the fish want to go up in there and get that new forage. You know what I'm saying? So if it's down and they're bringing the water back up, and you talk about the rise in water, think about those fish going in there and finding the stuff that they hadn't been able to see. So you definitely look shallow when the river's coming up.
Gotcha. Dee Dee, she's telling us all. She's straightening me out. I'm sorry, ma'am. I owe you a dinner if we ever go on. I can't see the profile picture. It's about the size of a half of my pinky. So.
Shane, she sells guns for a living. So you.
Oh no, yeah, that's the right person I want to piss off. Yeah, that's great. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. I'm hard, like I'm hard to hit anyway. I'll have to buy her a beer next time we go on and get mad cruise. She'll get mad tour. She'll have to come up and. Mad Adam, that's right. You gotta get it straight. It's been so long since I said that. Let's see another question I got. I gotta get through Tim and Shallows. They're just lighting John up right here.
Gosh,
Talkin's on. Are you guys fishing Talkin tomorrow? No, we're not, buddy. Somebody asked. I am next weekend. Joe Hicks, appreciate you too, man. I've talked to Joe a few times. He's a nice guy. Bradley Selvage. I said his name correctly, thank goodness. I get a lot of fish to chase the bait all the way to the trolling motor and don't bite. Amen. I've seen that.
But it's not just you right now. It's
He's asking, what am I doing wrong? I've tried to bring it slow, try to bring it fast, speeding it up. What am I doing wrong?
You're not doing the thing wrong. It's just
it's the nature of the beast, man.
That group of fish is not cooperating right now. Like once I see a couple of them fall all the way up, now I might get another one out of that pile to come and just do like a real fast switch and speed it up real quick, trying to get them real excited. But when they doing that crap of falling all the way up and going back to the pile, you got to do something tricky. Get it to the pile and pop it a foot and let it fall, and maybe want to catch it on the fall. Once you've tried that steady retrieve over the pile and it doesn't work, you might just need to move to the next.
And move on.
Yeah, move on to the next one. And
exactly. There's a lot of fish that don't want to, like, for instance, I've seen 300 or 400 fish on a stump. John has too, and you might catch 2 out of them. And that's just the nature of the beast right now.
I sent Shane a picture today. I had a group of fish. It's 40 feet.
I've seen that.
It was 40 feet of fish. Now all little turds.
Little old 6 inchers.
Yeah. I saw them. Took the pontoon boat out. Was going to take it out, and it's got a little Simrad unit on it. And I came over where I thought they were. I said, "Oh my gosh!" I told Shane, I said, "I got to take a boat out, just go look at them." So I took the fishing boat out. And it was 40 feet of just little turds.
Oh yeah, they're out there. Hey, the crappie population is doing well. I promise you, because I caught Saturday. I think we probably caught 80, 100 fish. No kidding. And we kept our 56, 58, and then Sunday I caught a lot of little turds. And that's part of it, you know. Kentucky Robin Hunt from Kentucky Lake. Appreciate y'all. Let's see if I'm missing any questions, man. Somebody wants to know how big is Jessica's cup. That's awesome.
How big is Jessica's cup?
Nick Duchok's asking the question. John, don't you prefer a short rod? What rod do you prefer, John?
I prefer Outlaw crappie pole, 5 foot long. Out there in his hand.
This is the one we're giving away. Not this one, but
the business.
Yes. So we've gone over this a lot, but I mean, thank you for the question. The butt end of that pole is real short, so if you like fishing there in the winter and it gets all in your jacket, a longer one will, that one won't. You can, if you got a big belly like me
if you thick like me, I got a third grader hanging above your waist, so that's what I have, a third grader. So it's 100 pounds hanging over. So if I lean over the boat, the rest of them is going in the water. So I'm just gonna go on and tell you. So.
I named it the Fat Boy Special. Mr. JR hadn't caught on to that yet and put it on the pole, but it's really a good pole and it's at a good price point. And we've done some really great things with it and flipped some real big fish with it to show people that just because it's 5 foot long doesn't mean it can't do work.
That's exactly right. It does, my guys. John and I fished Labor Day together, and man, we gave them things. I was slinging at 60 feet, just throw it, and we was just having fun, and we had so much fun we couldn't even put it on YouTube because John couldn't edit it for a few choice words we kept saying because we were laughing. It was John said, "Man, I can't put this out. I can't even." It would have been a rated R version for sure. We had some fun. So.
Speaking of poles, you'll need to go watch John's new.
Oh yes, just tell that about it before I go into.
Go ahead.
So we were at the past tournament and we were just kicking around and they were like, "We'd like to do like a showcase of different rods," and I said, "Well, I'll take them all out. And I'll catch a fish on each pole." And they said, "That sounds pretty cool." So went out on a lake down in Florida, and I took 5 different crappie poles and caught. I talked about them beforehand before I left the house about each one and what you could do with it, and took them out the next day and caught 5 different crappie on 5 different poles, and kind of just showed what you could do with each pole. And I never seen really anybody do that before. Like say, "Hey, I'm gonna use these 5 poles and catch 5 different fish on them." And started out. Well, I didn't start out with anything, but we went through a 5-footer, a 8-footer, a 10-footer, 11-footer, and a 14-footer. And caught a fish on every one of them. And just
cool, great video, guys. I shared it on the page. John's got it on Tom Sawyer crappie fishing. Jeez, I'm tongue tied tonight. I messed up the lady's name, and I've just been messed up ever since. So.
Oh, when DD sees you, she gonna get you. Shane.
Oh, I guarantee you, I'm gonna catch it, man. Let's see. Somebody asked us. I don't want to pronounce this guy's name either, but how do you say that, Jessica? Say that name for me, please.
What name?
He's from Dallas, Texas, right there.
Elizondo.
There you go. See, John's in the military. See, I've got the ebonics of a redneck over here in McCullough. So, great question. Do you use crappie nibbles or believe scent makes a difference? We get this question a lot. That's a great question. Right now, I would stand on my head, but if I had to. But what do you think, John?
Man, I caught myself the other day. I was like, "There's that little tube of blue stuff that I bought when everybody was buying it." And I rubbed some on the side of that jig and I tossed it out there and caught a fish. I was like, "You start playing with me."
Yeah, you don't never know. I've heard Eric go into detail about this. If a fish is chasing and gets a little hint of that in his gill, it may fire that individual fish up to bite. You don't ever know. But it's what you got confidence in, man. If you use the nibbles or you use the gel or I use the chartreuse spike stuff all the time, just barely spray my tail just to give it a little bit of color, a little bit of scent. It's garlic, and I got some shad. I mean, especially when the water's got to get a little color to it. Right now they can see 10 feet, guys, and I use this example all the time. If me and John's in a closet and the light's on and me and him's already ate, and I can see around the room and I've already ate, like I said, I'm not out to chase nothing or worry about nothing to eat. But when you turn the lights off and that water's stained and you drop something in there to eat, and I'm thinking I may not get an opportunity, I'm going to eat it. So that's the way those fish are in the stained and the clear water to me. So
if they start biting and I did something different, I'm like, all right, there's my confidence level. I'm doing that now.
Exactly right, guys. Just like the people that watch football, they think they got to wear a certain shirt or can't go to the bathroom. And there's all kinds of little things like that, guys. Let's see. Shiloh's still at it, buddy. You must have got on him last night. I got to go back and watch that because he's still lighting you up.
Shiloh shooting dogs. I think he.
Steve Masters, I can say that name. Thank you, buddy, for the question. Appreciate it. How do you feel about a jig above the minnow instead of a weight?
Jig above the minnow.
Yeah, I guess he's talking about a double rig with a jig and a I guess a regular hook, Aberdeen hook, and a minnow. I've never.
Oh, like a good while, I was throwing 2 30-seconds, one over each other.
Mm-hmm.
I had some good success with it, but the problem I had with it was they would get hung up a lot. So
yes.
I would take a 30-second ounce jig, and I would take a Palomar and tie it in. Then I'd leave the tagline of the Palomar.
Mm-hmm.
I'd tie another Palomar and tie the second 30-second ounce in there. And what I would do, I would shoot both of them, take the bottom jig and shoot them all at one time. And then I would let the bottom jig get in the fish and then float the top one over the top of the fish. And it worked really effectively, especially with black crappie. And a lot of times I wouldn't always catch it on the bottom jig. I would catch the fish on the top jig. I don't know if it was what it was doing. But the problem I had with it was the jigs would get tangled probably 20% of the time.
Right. If you can't get that angle and that pitch close to the boat, where that angle's, right here pretty close, you cast out a pretty good ways, they will get tangled,
Well,
but
I think it's just for me shooting them and
and it's wrapping around itself.
Yeah, but I was doing 2 30-seconds, and I'm sure you could do it 2 16ths, or you could take the heavier jig and put maybe do it with a 16th and a 30-second above it, and probably be successful. But I know, what? I might try that next week before the tournament. I mean,
you got nothing to lose. Chad Gillen, not Chad, Steve Tibor, he's answering your question too. He was asking about a double jig and stuff.
I'm glad you brought that back up because I actually have forgotten I was doing that. But
that's great. Hey, that's the cool thing about crappie fishing. This Saturday, guys, I was Miller's Ferry and they were ripping the water, and me and Travis was fishing, and I faced the nose upriver, and when they ripped 3 turbines. 3 units at Miller's Ferry, it's getting it. And I seen fish in the top, and I couldn't keep my live scope on them at that angle. So I just spot locked it, and I knew how deep they were, and I threw up their guys upstream. And when I would let it go down and tick those limbs, we popped 30 fish as fast as you could. And that's the old school, like I used to catch them, man. I enjoyed that. But that's the cool thing about it. You got current, and there's fish there. Just count your jig down to them like you used to do back in the day. Don't worry about seeing, trying to get straight below them. What are y'all giggling about? I'm sure they done posted something else on there.
Yeah. Not our shitty friend anymore. Post just now.
Kevin Hicks said he keeps looking up, or he just keep looking up, think you're naked because that shirt looks like you bare skin.
Oh, this is a pink shirt. I ain't bare skin.
Everybody's everybody's in a good mood tonight. I'm so glad. They got a lot of jokes and.
Oh yeah, that's good, man. We have fun on this show, guys. They cannot say we don't have fun on this show. There's no telling what we're gonna be giggling about. He says that 5-footer one piece. It is a one piece. Absolutely. It is a one piece, bud.
If you win it, it will come to your door one piece, and I love it.
Shiloh's on it, buddy. He don't forget nothing. He's talking about not a pink salmon colored. He got me giggling the whole time, guys. Yeah, Bud Williams was talking about the background picture. Y'all see that fried okra and fried homemade onion rings and crappie that's in that? Because I like to eat that. I got to cook for one of our customers from RMC today. I fed 22 men and put them to sleep. It was fun.
The full moon does normally affect the fish, I think.
It affects the fish.
Affects the fishing.
So, Coon Dog, put that up there, please.
Okay. They're giggling. We might as well put it up here.
Yes. Coon Dog, when another fisherman rides by you and shows you the full moon,
I remember this. Yes.
It really can affect the fishing and your fishing if you see what's connected to the full moon.
I understand. So undoubtedly, Tim and John got mooned while they were up at what lake was you at?
Oh, Hickory.
Oh, Hickory. I don't want to say. That's right. Well, man, geez, we got to get over this laughing. I got to make sure there's people asking questions on here. I'm trying to get to them.
It's time.
The Outlaw doesn't make we're halfway through. Outlaw doesn't make a 5-6 rod, do they?
I'm saying it's time.
Oh, it's time. Hey, guys, she said it. I'm sorry. The third person, there it is. They already started doing it, boy. They was ready.
Fishoutlaw.com. www.fishoutlaw.com.
Hold on just a second. I'll go back and do it. Somebody's already won the rod. I guarantee you. They were sitting on go, man. Appreciate y'all.
And the third one.
I'll let Jessica count the third one because y'all are rattling them off.
You got it, bud. You got
Who's in?
You go ahead. You can see it better than we can.
All right, let me go back up here, guys. We'll do this real good. Let's see. There's Chad Gillen. Let's see. Doug Campbell's the first one. James Trott the second one. Look like Destin won it, if I can look right. No, Coon Dog done it the first. Hold on. I got to go back up here, guys. My gracious. They had it so fast. There it is. I can't breathe. I see that question. Flip Bush was first. Rob Brooks. Jeff Walden's the third one.
Jeff Walden.
I see it. I'm going to double check that, guys, because I want to be straight and honest with everybody. So let's see. Flip Bush, Rob Brooks, Jeff Walden is the third one that I can see, guys.
Okay.
Jeff, I message John or myself, and we'll get you that rod, buddy. Congratulations. You're going to have a good casting rod. Thank y'all for sharing that, guys. Man, they rattled it off good. That was fun, man.
The week after next, we'll do a different number, so it'll be.
Yeah, it'll be fair, guys. They're going to change different numbers, but I'm glad y'all paying attention. Jessica said it's time, and I wasn't. I was running my mouth. So, thank you, Jessica. Congratulations, Jeff. You won a nice rod, man. And hey, he got some exposure there, buddy. There's plenty of people throwing that out there.
Yeah. You're not going to regret it. I mean,
no.
The reason we use it 90% of the time, that rod, it's awesome. We love it. And
Let's see.
If we got somebody else that wants to come on and do something similar, we'll help them too.
Yes, of course, guys. You want to give away a hoodie with your company name on it? I was making sure I was double checking. I was the third one, and I see it. Flip Bush, Rob Brooks, Jeff Walden. That's correct, man. I want to be honest and keep this thing straight. Appreciate y'all doing that, man. Outlaw got some exposure there. Let's see if we get to the next question, man. Bud Williamson. When the water's clear, as it is at Miller's Ferry, do you decrease the line size? Great question, Bud.
Good, yeah, great question.
Great question.
But I don't decrease the line size. I decrease I try to slow that jig down and make it just float barely above the fish, and I'll decrease the size of the jig. Jessica's.
I'm trying to hold the thing. I'm sorry.
Jessica's
sorry.
blowing out the audio. But anyway, no, we'll decrease jig size and weight of the jig, and but you got me so totally flustered.
I'm so sorry.
He was trying to look up something on the phone and it went to playing the audio. But
Go ahead, John. Decrease the line size. I'm making sure I didn't make a mistake. Yeah, the third one on mine is Jeff Walden. Okay.
Line size, I'll keep you the same line size. I stick with that 5-pound braid about year round, and then the long pole still the 15-pound fluorocarbon.
That's good. Pops Jig just told me he's gonna give a certificate for some jigs to give away. He just texted me. So hey, Pops Jigs is in on the program. He's gonna give away some jigs, guys. So I hope that he makes some awesome jigs. I mean, that one Shiloh fish that tournament with, the material was wore so thin from fish's teeth, and it was still in one piece. It was crazy. Pops Jigs, thank you, Jim. He just texted me. So hey, we're gonna be giving away a certificate for some jigs. I guess you'll get to pick your color, and he ties some great ones. So
he does. I enjoyed talking jig time with him at the expo.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. Thank you for your question, Bud. Bud, I actually got some 4-pound K9 fluorocarbon on one of my rods, and I got that mess broke Saturday. It's my fault. I hung a big fish, and it made a lunge, and I popped it, but it's clear. But most of the time, I've got the 5-pound K9 braid, and I've got some 8-pound braid also that I use. But the K9 5-pound is really kind of, I'm leaning towards it because you can cast so far with that stuff. I mean, a 30-second, man, you'll zip it out there. But I've got the 4-pound because I'm getting ready for talcum because there's not any structure. But those reels I use, you have to be real careful about bumping the drag, and I tighten it up, and it was my fault. Now, when I get a big fish, I'm pulling that drag out with my hand and making sure I got it set. So that's a great tip too, guys. You stick a big fish, you know it's a big fish, you might want to pull on that tension to make sure, because when that black fish gets up to that boat and he sees that boat, he's fixing to start dipping on you. So
I'll tell you another good tip that I have forgotten about today. When you put new braid, like especially if you're going heavier than 5-pound braid, I'm trying to remember the name of. I got some spray that you can spray on that braid. Gosh dang, and I can see it in my mind right now, but I can't. So I was rigging everything up there. I sprayed all that braid with that spray, but before we have this next show, I'll have a picture of it. And we'll put it out there. But you can spray your line with this spray, and it gives that braid a little bit of. It relaxes it almost. So
it makes it a little more. I got you.
Pull easier, and it's not so still. I could run go get it if you could just talk.
That makes them spray. I've seen that stuff they spray on mono, John.
Same thing. Yeah, it's like
okay.
A blue and yellow can. Somebody's probably on here and knows what I'm talking about. They can talk about it, but I sprayed every reel today. I actually re-spooled a bunch of reels, and I was like, man, this doesn't feel exactly like I want to, and I sprayed every spool with it. So in the morning when we go out, I feel like it's going to be good. And I think it saves you some of that, you start getting those, like you're shooting in the wind a lot. You start getting, with braid, you're going to have a lot of problems with braid because like you get it close to anything, it won't screw up. But I love it because of the sensitivity of it.
Oh Lord, yeah, you can think if one's thinking about looking at it, you can feel it. I mean,
Tony Tucker just sent it to me. Real Magic's what it's called.
Okay.
When braid will get wind loops and stuff that typically you won't get with other stuff, but I like it because I can catch 30 fish before every time a knot. And when you get to pounding on fish, the last thing I'm thinking about is retying when I should be.
Yeah, I do the same thing, especially these fish are swallowing it, guys. And they don't have much of teeth, but you catch enough, your thumb gets a little, and it's rubbing that line also. So, Bill Ollie asked a great question. He wanted me to tell what kind of rain suit and windproof suit we were talking about last night on Getting Outdoors with Big Daddy Lawler. I've had a sim suit, and I've got a what's that other suit I got? I got a brand new one. I can't remember the name of that darn thing.
Wind Rider.
Oh yeah, that's the suit I'm going to buy, Bill. They have Wind Riders in it. They make a floating suit now, Bill. Like your butt falls in the water.
So I'm gonna
go ahead, John.
Jessica can explain the Wind Rider float suit better than I can. I'm gonna let her just walk y'all through what levels you need to be at. All right, so Jessica's a real cold natured person, and we've been in some bad situations before. So I'm gonna let her talk about us ordering it, and I'll talk about price point after that.
Well, also we bought the AFCO originally, and you cannot bend, move, do anything AFCO. The Wind Rider, you can bend, squat, turn a cartwheel, whatever. And like if it's above like 40, you're sweating.
Yeah, so, well, I'd say mid
45.
Do not.
If it's above 50, do not put it on.
That's the Wind Rider float suit. It's warm, and all you got to put on is what I've got on right now.
And your bibs and your jacket, and you are good to go.
Yes, but that's the Wind Rider float suit. It's amazing. But they've got some lighter gear, like their rain gear, that's awesome too. But here's the problem. My old butt's got a little thick, and my legs got a little thick. So the AFCO suit, I was having trouble squatting and doing everything else in doing business. That Wind Rider, they've got an app, and we're not sponsored by Wind Rider at all. But they've got an app, and you put in everything about your body. Like I put in real fat stomach, fat thighs,
fat neck,
big old neck. And I said broad shoulders, the whole whatever, and it says, all right, this is what size top you need, this is what size.
Yeah, I know. When John was ordering, he was like, man, I hope it fits. And he's like, man, it fits like a glove. So.
But when you're on the boat going front to back, squatting, getting fished out, bending and all, like you got to be able to move and flex and do. You can't do that in AFCO. I mean, you're like
everything's
just tight.
And through the groin area, that the bibs of the AFCO.
And they're not warm. AFCO is not warm. You will freeze your butt off.
What tournament? Oh, when I met y'all, we fished Weiss Lake, and it was flooding that day.
Yes.
I remember, and John, you was like, hey, my AFCO suit, somebody's AFCO suit was just drenched, But you got to realize, guys, these suits have that, dadgummit, what is that stuff called that, it's just waterproofing that they put in there from the factory. After so many years, it wears off, guys, because it's breathable.
Ours weren't very old at all at that tournament, and we got wet. And I told her, I said, we spent $500 per suit, and we're getting wet. Something doesn't add up.
Gore-Tex, that's right. I had to retreat one of mine. I had a gill suit, and that thing was expensive too. And I had to retreat it. You can get on Amazon, guys. They make some cleaner. You put in your washing machine, then they make some spray and some treatment stuff. And you got to spray the seams good, especially on your top of your shoulders where it's really raining down. The crotch, above the crotch of your bottoms, because water pools up there. You got to think about all that stuff. And I suck up a lot of water. So, yeah. That's important, guys, because you get out there when it's cold and raining, that's going to end your day, man. You don't want to be out there catching fish and get sick. So invest in a good rain suit. I mean, the Wind Rider, John said it's a win-win. I don't have one. I've been thinking about ordering one. So
best money you'll ever spend.
Yeah, for cold weather, definitely. Like I told all my buddies, I said, don't put it on if you think, hey, I could go out and just wear something regular. When you put it on, it's got to be cold. But it's that peace of mind. Jessica and I will take it and put it in the center section of our boat, and like if we need it, we can put it on. And I don't know that I've worn my bibs really, just mainly the jacket. I mean,
I wear the whole. I'm cold nature. I wear the whole thing.
Yeah, she don't have as much insulation as John and I do. I always keep some bottoms in there. I ran a trip with a husband and wife a couple weeks ago, and she was like, she showed up with some like a hoodie and some jogging pants, and I was like, man, yeah. You don't realize it's a lot colder on that water, guys. Y'all know that. And hey, keep you some rain bottoms and put on. I keep an extra couple sets, and always look, guys. I try to bring some extra clothes and keep them in my box in case something, you don't never know if somebody may slip in or anything, Well, I don't want somebody to have to go home because of that,
I've got a personal rule, like me, if anybody ever knows me, I wear flip-flops all the time. So the only time I don't wear flip-flops is when it's 48 and below. If it's a 48, John's got flip flops on.
That's true. True story.
It is true. And like typically it's cut off khaki shorts and flip flops. But when it gets below 48, I know my feet and I have to put on and then I only wear hey dudes with socks.
John's got some tough feet, guys. Don't pay attention. You do not do as John does. I'm just gonna go and tell you.
Insulated boots and like.
Yeah.
Hey, it's and I, you know, as I get older, I used to run around. I never owned a jacket, you know. So let me clear that thing by Mr. Bill Lawley. I appreciate Mr. Bill Lawley. He supports us 110% like all y'all do. Man, we've had I'm gonna go and say we've had 100 plus on here the whole show.
Always keep an extra set of clothes in your boat in a Ziploc dry bag.
There you go.
If anything happens and you fall in the water or something like that, you've got a backup.
That's true. That's true, guys. You know, keep the rain suits and the shoes. I keep some water boots, and I said, well, the little half boots, you can buy these little half boots all the time now, guys, and keep them. They don't take as much room as the big boots. I run those. There's a box sitting right here on the desk at me. But if you've got a good product, guys, and you know, hey, this thing's great, the North End suit, somebody brought it up, mention it on the show, guys, because that's what we created this thing for, to share information. If you like it, you know, what's Jessica laughing at now? Shallow, them still going?
Yeah, Shallow said my clothes won't fit in the Ziploc.
Oh, yeah, Pissy Fun, if that's how you say it right, Tim. They did come out with a floating suit. I seen that, Tim. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is a funny story. Thank you, Dee Dee, for mentioning this story. John called me one time, and I had to pull over, guys. True story. John said, hey, man, I had to get a new phone. I said, what's up? He goes, man, I dropped my phone in the water and could see it going down on live scope. I had to pull over. Honest to God, I was laughing so hard.
Like a lot of people keep their live scope on the zero line looking out forward. I still got mine on zero line that's looking back a little bit.
Yes.
I was fishing with my husband, and if you listen to the show from when we started, you heard about it. But I went to turn around and get the long pole, and Dee's husband hates me using the long pole to fish, and he doesn't like it himself, but he's seen where it has been effective before. So I flip around and the phone shoots out. I got a bad habit of keeping my phone in between my legs while I'm fishing in the sea. I turn, the phone just goes shoot, and when it did, you could look back on the live scope. The sucker was going shoot, shoot, shoot down to the bottom.
He told me, guys, and I hate to laugh at him, but I had to pull over, man, because he described it, guys, just like a feather floating down, and I lost it, man.
Everybody said, "As an iPhone 12 look a flutter spoon, flutter went down." Yeah, it was terrible.
Let's see, man. Somebody asked something serious here while we're giggling and laughing. Oh, Scott Seals, thank you, Scott. Are y'all still downsizing? I was just talking about this with John. Saturday morning, Scott, I had a little 1.5-inch little bait for limits tackle on there, and the current was going, and I fired in there a few times, and Travis had a bonehead 2 3/8, about the size of your pinky, in slick color, which is a monkey milk, basically. He caught 7 before I could even get a bite, and it was a bigger bait. And I don't know if it was because of current or what, but I was like John always suggests, keep different size baits on your rod. We went through it in an in-depth series the other day. But, hey, the bigger bait, they were slamming it. And that's what I fished with all weekend. A bonehead 2 3/8, slick with a plain head. That's what I threw all weekend at Miller's Ferry and caught tons of fish. But I downsizing right now, John, do you think it's important? Or what do you think as far as it's hard to tell because you do it in the summer now. It's kind of getting in the fall, but the water's clear. So there's a couple factors.
The problem right now is our water's so clear. Normally this time of year we got a lot of rain, we got color to it, and so we can throw different stuff. Right now I'm using the same thing, little bitty baits. I'm begging some of these fish to bite, even though there might be 50, 60 fish on a pile, and I'm like getting 2 of them to come up and maybe eat. So yeah, right now because of the drought, the clear water, but I want to answer 2 of these questions right quick.
Go ahead. Tell me which ones they are, John. I'll find them.
He said, what color K9 braid do you use?
Right there, Joe Hicks.
Yeah, I use the yellow and the 5 pound. And then there was one other question I'm just looking direct.
I'll get to William White. Just hold up, William. I'm gonna get to your question about wire. Somebody asked what kind of reel we use. I think it was I use a Revos, a Daiwa, and John and Jessica use Cast King reels.
You use Cast King Sharky 3 1000 series.
Great reels, guys. They've lasted. They're great reels.
Like I'm shoving them in sand on sandbars, mullet fish. I come back home and clean them, and I go crappie fishing on the next day. Sensitivity wise, they're still great.
There's William White right there. Great question, William. William's, congratulations. He picked up a new G3 boat. He sent it to me earlier. What size wire should I use to run my live scope in front of electronics? He's talking about from the back of the boat, John.
Okay. William, from the back of the boat, you need to use at least 10 gauge.
Amen, or bigger. Correct.
All right, so people get hung up on braided and copper and all that. If you're going to start using a lot of butt connections and stuff like that, you got to use braided. So if you start using that solid copper, the problem with it is like your butt connectors and stuff will start sliding and moving. If you use that braided copper, it's going to get a cinch on all those wires, and then you take some heat shrink and come over it, and cinch it down. You're going to be happy with it in the long run. But I would run individual wire to my black box and to my graph. 10. That's what I would run.
Exactly. You can message her. I'll give you.
Spend the extra money. Absolutely. I recommend running 6 to your trolling motor, 8 if you can afford it to your graph and your black box, but 10 would be my minimum.
Right. Shallow and them still at it, ain't they?
Oh, they're killing me.
Yeah, laughing at Shallow.
Smiling. William White.
Yeah, Bill Lawley said Sea Clear harness is what they use. That's a nice harness, but hey, it's expensive. I wish they'd sponsor the show, and then we would suggest Sea Clear harness because they're expensive. I used what I done, guys, on mine. I ran 8 gauge to some lugs in the front, all the way to the front, and mounted some lugs in the front. Ran all my power off those lugs to my black box, to my unit. So it's been, and I'm pretty rough on stuff, and it's lasted for me too. So.
Oh, Shallow's sponsored by Flex Seal, so he can recommend any Flex Seal products that you know. All jokes aside, Flex Seal is a great product. Last year, Shallow knocked a hole in his boat and had it Flex Seal for a long time.
He sure did.
Yeah.
He sure did, guys. Hey, the good thing about it, guys, if we didn't get to your question in here, man, I'll try to get to it. And I appreciate this show is growing. And like I said, most of these people that comment, they know as much as we do, and they just help drive the show. And I appreciate y'all talking about different products. Like I said, we're going to talk about stuff if we've used it, guys. Shallow and them help the show cut up, man. We have a good time. We want this show to be fun. It is not that serious. Crappie fishing is supposed to be fun, guys, and we have fun doing it. And you get aggravated when they don't bite, but when they do bite, man, it's something special. Like today, I got to share some fish with some people that's never eaten crappie, and that's a fellowship thing, man. And we enjoyed ourselves, and it's building working relationships where I work with customers, and that's fun. And that's what this thing's about, spreading the love of it and the fellowship and catching more fish. So go ahead, John.
I mean, we got to give a rod away tonight, and when we started this thing, I don't know that we would have thought that we would be giving away stuff and people's names and stuff. When Shane and I started, we just thought it'd be kind of like a little thing. We'd get together on Thursday night and talk to some friends and stuff. And now we're doing a in-depth series once a week, trying to help people with that, and then talking. And like tonight, we didn't hit a lot of the stuff we wanted to hit, but we interacting with the people that enjoy talking about this stuff with us, and we want to build on this. I don't know how better to say it than thank you. And
yes, big time, guys. Y'all don't realize this. I look so forward to doing this on Thursday nights, guys. I get anxious about it. I leave the gym. I try to eat real quick. At 6 o'clock, I set my chair. I'm anxious. I'm walking around in circles. This stuff fires me up, and it fires John and Jessica up the same way. This is not fake, like It's really not. This is what we love to do. And, you know, somebody comes to me on the water and says, "Hey, man, I watched the show." It fires me up. You know, I'm like, man, thank you. You know, we appreciate y'all. I mean, there was 127 people on here at one time tonight. That's a record for us. You know, we've went over 100 before. I think 127 at one time. Still 92 people on here right now.
Hey.
And we've already given away the rod, so, you know, that's big time.
Shane, next week, Jessica and I will be up with Jessica Hicks and Kevin Hicks, so we'll have two
special guests.
Yeah, we'll have special guests. Kevin.
That's good. Hey, they're gonna be Alabama Crappie Trail, Neely Henry. Hey, if you want to come watch the weigh-in, you want to join, support those guys, man. A lot of these people that's on here that answer these questions and share information. Shiloh's gonna be there. Tim's gonna be there. Mr. Keith Cole does a great job of that. Alabama Crappie Trail. Local guys, they have tournaments all over the state. Big Daddy Lawler, I want to thank him. He's got me to where I can actually do this stuff, you know, and we can just, instead of just winging it. John's helped me big time. Me and John feed off each other like it's crazy. I know what he's thinking. He knows, and he finishes my thoughts, you know, when I forget something. And Jessica's the same way. She helps remind all of us. So this thing's a team, and we have a blast doing it, guys. This hour blows by so fast. You know, I walk on the treadmill 30 minutes, and it does not go by like this, guys. Jessica's still laughing. Shiloh and them still. Oh, John was so fired up he forgot his pants, is what Shiloh said. So.
Clinton Tyson said he was 53rd. What does he get for saying?
What it is, guys, hey, I will say this. I see this stuff as it happens real fast, and y'all's is probably delayed. I went back 3 or 4 times because I want to be fair to everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
so,
go ahead, John.
Shane is like the moderator of it, so he sees it in actual time where we look at it and it's a little bit delayed. So if you saw where you came in 3rd, 4th, or 5th when you announced it, Shane's seeing it in actual time because he's like the moderator of the event. So if you see that he's like, oh, I was 3rd, well, you might not have been. He sees it in real time when we don't, because sometimes we'll see a comment and he'll be like, "Whoa, that was like a ways ago," or something like that.
Yeah, it's rattling off, and I appreciate it. I hope there's 1,000 comments and I got to go back through. But I went back through a couple of times and counted. Jeff Walden, you were 3rd. You're going to be receiving a rod. Congratulations, man. Every other show we're going to be giving one away, right, John?
Every other show. So this upcoming week we will not. The one after it we will. So this upcoming week, Jessica and I will be up with Kevin and Jessica Hicks, and we'll be talking crab fishing and how fishing is going on Neely Henry Lake.
That's right.
Hopefully we'll have good stuff to talk about, and hopefully everything will be great. And but we just y'all don't know how much we appreciate everybody logging in and just shooting the crap with us and stuff. We got so many good friends from Shiloh to Tim to James Strong.
Oh yes, big time. It sounds like Pop Jigs is going to be giving away a certificate for some jigs next week. I'll talk to Mr. Jim. So you're going to get some fine jigs. So I'll try to line that up. I'm not making any promises, but hey, we may be giving some away next week. So
we're going to have to adjust fire, Shane. You know, normally on Thursday night, so we might move to Tuesday or somewhere in there on the week of Thanksgiving.
Yes, I'm glad you said that, guys. So we'll do it Tuesday or something, guys, before the week of Thanksgiving, because we want you to spend time with your families. Let's do that, John. I'm glad you said something about that. I'll be posting about it because I don't want anybody to look for us right here. But we've got a bunch of new people tuned in from Lake Talcon, Florida. I mean, there's people on here from Oklahoma, Kentucky. Man, we appreciate all y'all. What we share on this show works around the country. These people that help us share all these questions, it works anywhere in the country, Ohio, anywhere. And that's what we want to keep promoting, and we appreciate all y'all. We're going to get off here and let y'all spend time with your family. This hour's blown by. Thank y'all that tuning in. Congratulations, Jeff, for winning the rod. I'm sure some other people are going to reach out to me about giving some stuff away. And, hey, you know, I still got the guide trip with me and the 2 rods right here. Somebody's going to win. We're continuing going to do that. But I think I counted the other day. I got 257 names I got to put in a hat. So,
hey, Shane, we're going to do a vote. We're going to put it out there probably live on Shane Jones Fishing.
Yeah.
Shiloh has lived in Alabama for a little while.
Yeah.
From Illinois. So we're going like, I'm gonna do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is how many years you got to live in Alabama before we consider you an Alabamian?
Yes.
Right now, I'm saying he's still from, he's an Illinois guy.
I understand. My buddy Rob has lived here for, Lord, we've been friends for 12, 15 years. I may be wrong. He's been here long enough. He's from here. He's starting to sound like us when he goes home. So
we got to figure out at what year we're gonna give Shiloh his Alabama card.
He says 1 year. No. Oh, there it is. Rob said 2003. So 20 years. Shut up, Rob. God, we're getting old, man. 20 years Rob's been here, and I met him a few years after that. My gracious. So Corey Newby wants to know when the next Mad Adam tour is. We're talking about doing Like You Follow, so we need to really kind of.
We've got some people that have opened up their places for us to stay.
Yes.
We've got to figure out the date.
Yes.
Jessica's saying January. So
yeah. So hey, we'll keep y'all updated, man. Thank y'all for cruising through. Somebody asked if Shiloh drinks sweet tea.
And say, at what year will Shiloh be an actual Alabamian?
Exactly. We got to know. We'll take a toll on that. Shiloh's when will he be an Alabamian? That's awesome. Shiloh, Chappelle Fishing, Weiss Lake, he's guiding. I said it earlier in the show. Tim Pentecost Fishing. They're wearing them out at Weiss. You want to go catch some fish, hey, you better jump on it. Not a lot of wind right now, and they're having a blast, guys. So go ahead, John.
You can get a trip with our buddy Eric Cagle. He is
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Hey, he's maxed out, but I talk to him all the time. He's one of those guys that's that busy, and he will call you back. And I talk to him. He helps me out. He's helped me line some stuff out on Miller's Ferry. I'm gonna go check out this weekend. So I'm always searching for tips too, guys. Don't think I don't. So thank y'all, John. Y'all ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, buddy.
Y'all hang out. Thank y'all again, guys. 127 people on here one time. That's a new record. I'm gonna write that down right here in front of me. That is awesome. I appreciate it. I hope we broke all kinds of records tonight. Congratulations, Jeff Walden. You're getting a rod. See y'all later. Appreciate it.